Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be testing this Behr Marquee Paint. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so this is Behr Marquee Paint. If you guys don't know, Behr is pretty much Home Depot exclusive. This is a lot of people consider the Home Depot brand paint. This is the Marquee lineup. If you guys don't know, that's pretty much the top of the line paint from this company. From Home Depot pretty much. So but this is one coat high guarantee with the little star. We're going to check that in a second. Long lasting beauty, durability, interior matte, advanced stain blocking paint and primer, medium base. Okay, the star says valid only when tinted the colors from the Marquee one coat hide color collection. Okay, so according to this, the advertisement on this paint can, if it's tinted to the color coat specifications and whatnot in the Behr lineup in the collection, one coat high guarantee. Okay, so normally I guess I don't really use this paint. It's the first time we ever use this paint. The Marquee lineup, at least we use Ultra and Premium Plus. Premium Plus generally works pretty well, but usually they're not my go-to paints. Usually I'm with Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Morrison. Those paints seem to work pretty well. They roll well, go on well, spray well. I'm not a professional painter by any means, but I've just done my own share of painting as most people have. Anyways, we picked this paint up at the home center, but we were picking up some caulk and sealant, but this obviously it's always in the same section, but walked by the clearance rack and it said $9. Okay, so this is $9 for a full gallon of this Behr paint. Don't worry, this is not returned from the customer or anything. It was at the store and they said that they tinted it or whatnot and the customer didn't like the color or whatever, so it kind of just never left the store. It's always there. So we're going to be putting this paint to the test. This claim, one coat high guarantee, to the test. So since we're doing a lot of work in the basement, covering up stuff or painting stuff or cleaning up stuff or whatnot, we said, hey, it's okay if it doesn't come out perfect because it's in the basement and this is pretty much quote unquote like a workshop. So we're just going to test stuff here. Okay, there's a bunch of instructions and stuff. Obviously, clean, let all surfaces dry, don't let it be dusty, apply during certain temperatures, use a high quality roller. Anyways, we're gonna paint everything according to the specs, so there's no, I don't want to say user error, but we're gonna apply it with the specs as described. We'll see how it goes. All right guys, so this is the test surface, drywall and joint compound. We're in the basement. It doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't even need to be painted, but we're gonna test this paint here. All right, most of the paint professionals and people who do a lot of painting know paint works best on drywall if you prime the drywall first. I'm not sure all the scientific reasons or whatnot, but my best guess is this paper absorbs a lot of the paint, and this joint compound probably absorbs a lot of the liquid or paint or water or whatever is in the paint. So that's primarily the reason why you do that. I've always painted Behr drywall by priming it first, but one coat high guarantee. So we're gonna put that to the test. Actually, even says right here, advanced stain blocking paint and primer. All right, so like I said, we're gonna put the one coat high guarantee to the test on here. I just don't think it's gonna work very well because through my experience, I always learn to primer it first and then paint it. But we're gonna find out. Put what you think in the comments below, and then we'll figure out if it works or not. But without too much talking, let's get to it. Alright guys, so it's been roughly about 24 hours. We painted two small sections. The top section has only one coat. The bottom section has been painted with two coats. We let everything dry overnight. We came back the next morning and painted a second coat on the bottom section. So that's the primary difference between the top section and the bottom section. Like I said, it's been over about 24 hours. Everything's dry to touch. None of it's sticky. Everything seems to be ready to go. So let's talk about this real quick. So the top section, the section that has only one coat, wow, it actually turned out really well. I know right now, if you look at it, it looks like the joint compound line is kind of showing through, but I think that's pretty like an illusionary trick that's going on with your eyes, because you kind of see a line there. But later on, I'm going to zoom in on that section, and then we'll see. You won't even be able to tell that line is there. But wow, look at the bottom section. The bottom section, the one with two coats, have definitely better color reproduction. It's darker. It seems to be richer. The finish of it seems to be fine. The satin glossiness of it is pretty much the same as the top, but the color reproduction is definitely better on the section, the bottom section. I mean, it just seems darker and richer. So here, let me zoom in on the top section here real quick. I'm gonna this this rep this I'm gonna throw a rectangle up here on the section that I'm gonna zoom in on, and you won't even be able to tell where the joint compound begins and then where the joint compound really ends, because now you're just looking literally at just the paint without the joint compound above and below it, kind of making your eyes or brain think that there's a line there. So, well, if you look at it, it's actually turned out really well because, I mean, considering this is a 45, $46 gallon of paint, that's you would expect to do well, right? But I mean, for the $9 you pay for it, it's still sure it's not a color that we like or whatnot. But hey, I mean, we can go ahead and say that this um, Behr Marquee paint does seem to do a good job of one coat coverage. Whether or not it is perfect in the color reproduction or the color conception, whatever you want to call it, on one coat on bare drywall, that's up to you. I mean, if you think the bottom section looks richer and better, and that's the actual color you're looking for, then it's probably not going to be as you're not going to be as happy with it, obviously. But it gets really close with just one coat on bare drywall. If you're painting over something that has already been painted, like if you're just repainting a house or inside of a wall or something like that, it's not bare drywall, you'll probably be happy. I mean, because that it's already going on something that's sealed. In this case, it's going on nothing that's sealed. So you would be relatively happy. But let me give you some quick tips here. So this paint was actually really thick when you're putting it on. Not the thickest paint that I've seen, but it's fairly up there in terms of thickness. So you don't want to roll it too much. I know in the video I kind of showed rolling it up quite a bit, but I was using a foam roller, and it takes, if you guys don't know this, it takes a couple sessions or whatever, a couple dips of paint and rolling it out in order for the roller to get fully saturated. It doesn't matter if you're talking a foam roller or a nap roller, it all works the same. Um, Foam rollers, I think it takes a little bit longer, maybe because of the bubbles and whatnot inside of the foam. But anyways, the point is that you don't want to roll it too much because it's fairly too thick. If you roll it too much, you're actually going to be taking the paint off the wall. But anyways, like I said, so this Behr Marquee paint does seem to do a relatively good job of living up to the hype of one coat coverage. But anyways, the question of does it work as advertised? It's plausibly yes. Like I said, you may think differently, but hey, let me know what you think in the comments below, and hope this video has helped you guys out, and I'll see you guys next time.